My name is Rogerian. I'm the board president for the Greater Beverly YMCA initiative. And first off, I just want to thank everybody for coming and welcome everyone to our big kickoff for 2013 Greater Beverly Y for All. Hopefully this is going to be a terrific campaign for us this year. It's great to have a full room with lots of familiar faces and lots of new ones as well, so we're very excited about getting started. Before we start today's program, which is really going to be, I think, terrific, you can see the agenda on your chairs. There are a few folks that I'd like to single out and thank a little bit for helping us put all this together. The first group has got to be our friends at Single Source, Rick Alpern and his group, for all the hard work that they put into this campaign. We're very lucky up here in Beverly to be able to work with Single Source. They do a terrific job with all our creative materials and the big ideas and thoughts that go into this campaign, so thank you very much. We'd also like to thank Sterling Insurance, Rick Mooney and Liz Cahill for sponsoring this morning's breakfast. A number of our board members are here in Greater Beverly, so maybe if they could raise their hands or stand, I'd like to recognize them and thank them as well. I know we have some very special elected officials who were able to join us this morning. I know we have Mayor Bill Scanlon is here. I think I saw Ward 2 City Councilor Wes Slade. And State Rep Jerry Paracella. And we're also very honored to have some bigwigs from YMCA of the North Shore here as well. Chris Lavasco is here. And Beth Francis, who without her the whole thing doesn't come together either. Thank you. We have a number of staff from the Greater Beverly YMCA. I know there's a few in the back corner there who, without their generosity and volunteer efforts, this campaign just doesn't work. So I'd like to recognize them as well. And lastly, I'd just like to thank all of the donors and the community volunteers who are here this morning, because this campaign is a lot of work in a short period of time, and it really just does not work with everyone. So give yourselves a round of applause too. Thank you. So our goal this year for the campaign is an aggressive one. We're going to try and raise $270,000, which is a big number, but if you break it down into pieces, it gets a little bit more manageable. We've already started with the staff campaign, the board campaign, the corporate board campaign, some major gifts work. So we've already been underway for almost a couple of months at this point. But this morning's breakfast is the kickoff of the public phase of our campaign, which is really the 10-week period where we go hard to try and raise, in this case, $140,000, which is our goal for the public phase of the campaign. So what we're going to do this morning is talk a little bit more about the campaign. You're going to hear from some hopefully very inspirational speakers and people who can give you a little bit of detail about why they're involved in the campaign. You're going to hopefully meet some of the champions who are on these posters. Last year this YMCA gave away more than $700,000 in this community, and that money went towards financial assistance to help people participate in programs that otherwise wouldn't be able to afford it. It was things like, child care and after-school daycare and swimming lessons and camp and all the other wonderful programs that the Y has, and we're just not able to do that without this type of a campaign to really sort of be the source of those funds. So everything that we're doing here this morning is very important, it's very exciting. And I think I'm going to introduce you to Judith now to give you a little bit more detail about exactly what's going to go on with this year's campaign. So Judith Cronin, our Executive Director.
Thank you, Brandon. Before we get started, I also wanted to do a few thank yous, and I wanted to thank our champions. This campaign that we've been running, which is tagged the What About You campaign, has been in place now. This is our third year. And I wanted to recognize the champions who have come before 2013, before we get started. So if you could just stand up and be recognized, I'd love to be able to appreciate all the work that you've done for us in the past. So from 2011, we have Jim Boland. McDonough. And also David McDonough, but he was much too busy to join us this morning, so I'm sure he's at the front desk manning his post diligently. From 2012, we have Priscilla Douglas. And Deb McHugh and her family. Deb? And now for our 2013 champions. You'll see all of their photos around the room, and I just need to thank them as well for representing the Y to the community for us this year. First we have our staff member, John Powers, in the back. John has regrown his beard. He went very clean shaven for the photo shoot, but now he's back to his beard. Thanks, John. Dave Ray and his dad, Les Ray, who was unable to make it, but Dave. And I think I saw Morgan and Devin Rosansky here. And also our guest speaker this afternoon, this morning, who you'll hear more about in a moment, Victoria Arlen, right in the front. I'm just going to make a few comments about the YMCA for those of you that may be joining us for the first time this morning, who may not be familiar with everything that the Y does. I wanted to draw a little bit of attention to all of the material we sprinkled on your table. And as I was doing that, I realized, boy, we have so much to say, it requires a lot of material. So, when you're eating your breakfast, feel free to read through all the wonderful things that the Y is able to accomplish. And that's why we're here this morning. We're here to talk about, obviously, our annual campaign. But if you sit and wonder why are we raising this money? We're raising this money to continue to do all the wonderful things that the Y does for people in need in our community. And community is one of those really important words for the Y. The Y simply finds its strength in community. And we feel that everyone in our community deserves a chance. We feel that everyone has amazing potential, no matter what background they have or what income level they have. We want to provide them the opportunity to experience everything they possibly can be. So with that in mind, we think about, what does a gift to the Y deliver? Well, the gift to the Y delivers an experience for those that may not necessarily have the opportunity to afford the experience at the Y. We will provide the complete complement of activities and services to the Y to anyone that would ask it or need it to us in the community. So we're really proud of the fact that we don't turn anybody away. And that's why you're all here this morning, to think about what your contribution could possibly mean to the Y. And the way that we sort of put all of our messages together is through three very, very important statements. The first statement is youth development. We're all about kids. We find that our potential comes from the potential in all of the kids in our community. Whether it's our child care center, who services over 1,100 kids, our education and leadership program, and our 2 teen centers, where 21 teen leaders are experiencing some growth and development that they would not have had without this experience. We also have over 2,000 kids in our camping program, which includes summer-long learning, which is a wonderful aspect of what the Y is able to offer our kids. Our second major tenet is healthy living, where we're committed to the healthy lifestyle and well-being of everyone in our community. What we're able to do is, for our 11,000 members, provide them paths to a healthier and fuller life. And that's a really big burden for us, but we enjoy it and we take it on with a lot of pride and a lot of energy, because that's just what we do. Not to mention the over 12,000 people that are involved in the sports and recreational leagues that we run in the Y. And that number is like a little bit of astounding to me when we started adding up all the numbers. And I started saying to people when I talk about being involved in the Y, you literally can't turn around without seeing someone who's either a staff member, someone who's a member, someone who's a donor, someone who's a volunteer at the Y. And I'm telling you, I have the best job in the world. I tell that to people all the time, and it sounds really cliche, but it's the truth. I get up every day and I just run to work. It's only a mile, so I can run here, but it's a lot of fun, and it gives me a lot of energy. And again, it's because of the staff that works here, and I know a lot of you know the staff. They're just a fabulous group of people, and I'm really proud to lead them. The last thing that the Y is involved in is social responsibility. And for those of you who are Beverly residents, you'll know about all the affordable housing that we've been able to provide for people that are unable to afford places, a safe place to live. And we're very, very proud of that fact. We also engage lots and lots of volunteers, of which you are part of that army of volunteers. Volunteers that not only give their time, but also donate their resources to enable us to deliver our services to everyone in the community. So, that's all of it in words. All of it in material is on your table. Again, I'm very proud to lead this outstanding organization, which brings the difference to so many people's lives on a daily basis. So before we get started with the introduction of our guest speaker, I did want to recognize one of our co-chairs of our campaign, and she pleaded with me to not make her say anything. So I'm not going to embarrass her and make her speak, but I did want to call her up for all the work that she's done 4 years running this campaign, Joyce Herman. Okay, what I'd like to do is introduce the CEO of Single Source Marketing, Rick Alpern, who's going to talk a little bit about the video that we've put together with our champions.
I'm just going to say a few words to lead into the video, because the video says so much, and we've heard so much from Brandon and Jude. 3 years ago, I sat in this gym, and I had been a member of the Y for about 12 years ago. Brandon asked me to come to a practice. I was like, sure, I'll come to a practice. I had no idea what the Y was about. I had been involved with it for 12 years since we've been in swim, right? That's what I thought the Y was. And then I saw two people stand up there and pour their heart out how they had it all, they lost it all, and how the Y helped them get it all back. And it was incredible. I mean, one person, a two-income family, one worked for Fidelity, I heard the whole story, lost everything. And at the same time they lost everything, they did not. It was incredible. And she stood up in front of us and poured her heart out and said, I couldn't have gotten back on my feet if it wasn't for the Y. And I had no idea this is what the Y did. It was really something. So at that point, I told Brandon, I wrote, here's the check. I'm in. So we wrote a check right there, my wife and I. Then I got involved on the board. And then one of the things I thought I could do is help in a way that I'm good at, which is how can I help message this? How can we get the message out that the Y is more than women swim? And Judith allowed us, my agency, to do what you see today in the video that you see today, ones that we've done the past couple of years. That was our contribution. So I want you to watch this video. I want you to listen to Victoria, what she sees afterwards, because her story is incredible. And I want you to think, what can you do? And it's more than just writing a check or you want your check. It's about how can you contribute, how can you help the Y, how can you raise the Y up. In the profile, I still am amazed at the number of people I talked to who were like me 3 years ago, who had no idea that the Y was more than gym and swim. You know, my son plays baseline. I talked to people to the left and to the right of me. They had no idea about affordable housing. They had no idea about after-school care. They had no idea about childcare. The Y for All and What About You campaign is something that we need to keep promoting and talking to each other and talking to people who don't know about it so we can get more money so that, as Brandon says and Judith always says, so the Y never has to say no. So with that, Rob, you fired the video and
We're going a little out of order here. Thank you. I missed some people. I missed some champions, and I'm not going to allow the day to go by without recognizing them as well. Rana Femino. And our state rep, Jerry Paracella, was a champion for us as well. Thanks, Jerry. I forgot a lot of people. Casey Sudak in the back, our staff member, Casey. And I don't know how I could forget George Heller. George. And one of our 2013 champions, Brian Hines. My staff is awesome. They're sending me notes. You forgot people, so thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, on to our video.
Youth development is an integral part of the Y's mission. I think that it's important to really make an impact on children from a very young age to kind of give them the tools they need to be successful through adolescence and through adulthood.
I think the Y is a really valuable place for the kids because they really form some very strong friendships both with each other and also with their counselors and with their teachers, and that really gives them a strong sense of community.
You really get to connect with the people around you. You get to know yourself more.
I first got involved with the Y when I began training for the London 2012 Paralympic Games. They didn't see my wheelchair or my disability as a challenge, they just saw me just as a person.
The Y environment is different because of its level of tolerance and acceptance, no matter the skill of anyone, no matter where they live. It's all about how to allow someone in their own unique way to participate in their community.
The Y is a place, like I think very few other places, that plug that hole, that gap, take these kids in, offer them a variety of different activities to draw out self-esteem. What are they good at? What could they be better at? What are they weak at? And what can we help them with? For me, that is just sort of a key that unlocks the door for a lot of these kids.
The Y has impacted me in a tremendously positive way. It's helped me fall in love with the sport of swimming and want to do better and want to, be the best I can be and follow my dreams. It's kind of helped me since being paralyzed kind of get back into the world and back into life.
The youth spectrum is obviously very, sort of starts when they're 3 or 4 years old, but I think the key ages for youth is these sort of the teen ages.
The Miles McPherson Youth Center, the Douglas Stevens Teen Center, the Sterling Center are great facilities for the teens to utilize and to have great positive experiences where they can be safe, where they can learn, and where they can just develop into the adults they're going to be.
I think youth development is a very important part of the Y mission because it's the beginning of building the base of your community for the future.
I'm looking forward to maybe coaching one of the teams or being a lifeguard there, because then I can help other children learn the same way that they helped me learn.
The Y, it definitely is more than a gym and a pool. It's a place of positive energy and a place to better yourself and better others and get involved.
You don't have to look very far to find people in need. There are so many places where the need is there, and to just think that we are helping every day in a very specific way thousands of families in our community. I don't know of too many other organizations that can boast that.
I think every kid should get to go to the Y and learn the same things I learned and get to be a better student in the older grades.
Because the Y is open to everybody, the friends that my children have made through summer camp, are not necessarily people they would have crossed paths with otherwise. And I think that it also just strengthens everybody's community when everybody is able to be a part of it.
At the heart of a lot of these questions, when people are asking about why should I give to this organization, and I hear this a lot, is how much of the money or the time that I donate is really going to go directly to the beneficiaries of what is being offered. And I can say without a doubt that with the Y, the way they manage this organization, that the money and the time that's invested gets very efficiently to that end user, and I love that about the Y.
It's so important to donate to the Y for All campaign because it single-handedly is providing for families, for children, for young adults who need it most.
I see the need everywhere, and it is heartwarming to me to go to the Y and to see all these families and kids that truly have a bounce in their step because of the Y.
It's really important to give to Y for All because every child and every person should have the opportunity to go get out there and get involved and have a place to go, have an activity to do, have people to meet, have just a safe haven to go to and blossom and gain confidence and empowerment and be able to go out into this world confident and ready to take anything on.
Again, thanks to Single Source for a fabulous video. Thank you. I think it captures all of the great moments of the Y. Thank you so much. Yes, and Rob Thatcher, we certainly want to recognize Rob for being really helpful in the development office and creating all of the videos and all of the material. Thank you so much, Rob. Okay, now to our guest speaker, Victoria Arlen, who you got a little bit of a preview in the video. I just want to tell you a little bit about Victoria, who I have the privilege of having been able to get to know over the past year. Victoria is an 18-year-old high school senior from Exeter, New Hampshire. She is joined by her parents today, Larry and Jacqueline Arlen. Thanks so much for coming. And Victoria is actually a triplet. She is the rose between two thorns, her brothers, William and Cameron, but they're not with us today. And she also has an older brother, LJ. In 2006, Victoria was diagnosed with transverse myelitis, which is an inflammation of the spinal cord. But that certainly did not prevent Victoria from being everything she ever wanted to be. Victoria is a member of the U.S. National Sled Hockey Team. She is a member of the Y of the North Shore Sharks swim team. And she is a member of the U.S. National Paralympic swim team, where in London 2012, Victoria brought home 3 silver medals and 1 gold medal, as well as a world record. Pretty cool, pretty cool. So in case you were unable to see Victoria in her gold medal swim, we are going to bring that to you right now, where you can see Victoria sort of tear up the pool and put everyone else in the smoke off her heels.
For sure she'll be in the medals. Victoria Arlen, the favourite, the fastest in lane 4, 1:14.74, with that equal world record performance this morning. Arlen just 17 years of age. Now this has to be a massive cheer for Eleanor Simmons of Great Britain. Also 17 years of age, 1:16.68 to qualify second in lane 5. So all eyes on Ellie Simmons. Song Ling Ling goes in lane number 6 for the People's Republic of China. Song Ling Ling, the youngest in this final, 16 years of age, with 1:18.46 earlier today. Olena Fedota, she goes in 7 for Ukraine, 1:21.92, 26 years of age. And another big cheer for Great Britain's Natalie Jones, and doesn't she look confident? A massive wow factor for her from Great Britain. In lane 8, 1:22.74 to qualify for the 27-year-old. So there is Victoria Arlen of the USA. So all set for this event now. 2 lengths of the pool. The women's 100 metres freestyle S6. And there's the whistle. All quiet now for the start. Away very well, personal preference to start either in the water or up the starting blocks. Arlen leading by a full body length. Let's not get too worried just yet. Eleanor Simmons is very strong in the closing stage, and Simmons in the frame already. She's not a typical sprinter, up there in third, but leading is Arlen. Victoria Arlen, the world record holder. Groper going extremely well. Tanya Groper in lane number 3 for Germany is up there with the world record holder. Still in third is Ellie Simmons. Fourth is Song Ling Ling in lane number 6. At the turn though, Arlen's going to take this in 35.64. Arlen, Groper, Song now. Song is in third, but Ellie Simmons, a very good turn for her. She challenges now. In the frame again for the medals. Ellie Simmons right up there. Groper is being caught by Ellie Simmons. Groper is tying. Arlen charges though, full body length clear. Victoria Arlen from the United States of America in lane 4. The 17-year-old has 10 metres to go. It doesn't look like Eleanor Simmons is going to catch her. Simmons into second. Groper's in third. Arlen's going to take gold. Let's watch the clock. It is a new world record. 1:13.33. Simmons takes the silver, 1:14.82. Only 800ths outside of what was the world record. Little more than a minute to go for Ellie Simmons. Groper takes the bronze, 1:16.83. Song came fourth there in the end, the 16-year-old for China. There's Ellie Simmons. Happy young lady, that was a big challenge. Groper, the bronze. There's the dive start for Victoria Arlen. World record shape this morning, and now setting a new world record for the rest of the world to follow, a whole new standard.
Victoria Arlen.
For coming today. First off, I need to introduce my coach. The reason I did what I did. John, can you stand up? Hello. Alright, so that was me this past summer, which was pretty cool. And actually, I joined the Y here in Beverly almost about a little over a year ago. The end of February. I had been, ever since I got paralyzed, I wanted to get back into the pool, but never really found a team or group or a program that really accepted me because of my disability. And so I was very kind of discouraged with the sport, and I actually found out about the Y here through another swimmer I had met, Kaylin, who was at a Paralympic meet, and she was telling me about how much support she gets and how great the pool is and stuff. So I was looking to step up my training and try to, this was my last straw. Like I was like, if this team or this place doesn't work out, I'm not going to swim anymore. It's not really working out for me. I need to be accepted, and I wasn't getting that. And so I arrived at the Y to meet with John, just in hopes to maybe train for a couple days and see how that went. And I sat down with John, and he's like, what do you want to do? And I said, I wanted to make the London team. And he goes, and I was like, just make the London team. He goes, like what? And I said, well, I mean, I would love to medal. And he's like, and? I was like, well, I mean, it'd be cool to win a gold medal, but that's a way long shot. I mean, I was 20th in the world at that point, or something. I wasn't really close by any means. And so just going there, I mean, everyone was, just from going in, I'd always kind of been hesitant with my chair, because people tend to like treat me like a 3-year-old, and it wasn't really, it was a whole new world to me, and I came here with my mom and was immediately drawn into how nice everyone was. Even the front desk people, everyone was just so kind. It was the first time people actually weren't staring at my chair, they were talking to me and not asking me what was wrong with me and stuff like that. And then from the team immediately took me in, and I was like, I want to join this team, I want to be a part of this community. And of course we live in Exeter, so it's about 50 minutes away. So I was like, hey Mom, do you think we could come here? And she and I both felt such a connection with this program that we're like, all right, let's give this a try. Within that first month, I fell in love with the sport of swimming and was actually not self-conscious about my wheelchair. And I actually knew what I was capable of doing because I had people like John and staff members that were just so kind to me. I see Betsy's here, and she always seems to say hi to me, so hi Betsy. And they were just so kind to me, and this whole team accepted me and didn't see my chair as an obstacle. They just saw it as, okay, well, you may be a little shorter, but you're not different than anyone else. And this whole program just helped me thrive so much that I started breaking world records, which John told me I would do, and I never believed him. I was like, yeah, okay, that's not gonna happen. And just this whole community just arriving to the Y every day. You could have a horrible day, and then you come here, and everyone's like, hey, how's it going? How are you today? You know, let's have a great day. And that's important because, especially for me, trying to find acceptance in this world when not a lot of people have disabilities, it's very hard. And you come here and it's the exact opposite. You're treated just the same. And I think that goes for everyone. I mean, it doesn't matter your financial situation, your ability, any of that. You're accepted here. We're all part of a community, and nobody is treated differently, and nobody is turned away. And that's what drew me into this whole Y for All campaign, is the fact that everyone has a chance here. And I was given a chance that I never thought was possible. And I went out to London and had this huge support system behind me, and came back to everyone greeting me at the airport, and came back to this program, and everyone just treated me and gave me the potential to do great things. And I think that's what is really important for all you guys to realize, is that's what the Y does. It's not just a place for sports. It's not just a place to go to keep occupied. It's a place to thrive, and it's a place to go out into big events, into worlds. I mean, I'm not saying everyone's going to be Olympians or stuff like that, but even just to thrive in school and thrive in life in general, give people hope and tell people you're good enough to do whatever you want to do. So I think it's really important. I'm totally on board with this, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you so much, and just let's keep doing great things so everyone can have a chance like I did.
She is so fabulous. It takes your breath away. So thank you, Victoria. Thank you so much. So that is our program this morning. Victoria could not have said it better. This program, this Y, is for everyone. So please, if you are thinking of making your gift today, we do have gift envelopes on the table. So please consider that, so everyone can have the experience and everyone can realize their potential. Thank you so much for being here. Please, we have lots of great food in the back, lots of coffee. Feel free to stay, visit with friends. And again, thank you for your generosity, and have a wonderful day.